Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Tuesday, August 31st. Important video today on the number one reason why you may still be waiting for an EIDL loan or EIDL loan increase. We have new information on that, plus good news. This is in regards to tax transcripts and the relationship between the IRS and the SBA. I'll talk about that and quick tips if you are looking for funding for your business, why now is the time to see what's available to you because of the record low interest rates that aren't going to last forever. I'll talk about alternatives to EIDL loans that you may already have pursued or are thinking about, but I will give a quick recap there. In short, it's a great time to grow your business and take on more capital. If your business is doing well, you're on a solid foundation, and the next several months, next year, are looking promising for you. Do us a huge favor today. Give this video a thumbs up. We'd love as many people to watch this as possible. And if you're new, consider hitting subscribe and turn on the alerts and be sure to watch until the end. A quick review shout out. We appreciate everyone who supports what we do here on YouTube, on our app, on our website, and we love reviews. If you have 10 seconds, I'll leave the links right at the top of the description today for the App Store, Google Play, and Trustpilot. It is the number one way people find out about us, through word of mouth and through reviews from you. So if you have 10 seconds, even a 5-star review and a short and sweet comment goes a long way to helping our entire team continue to provide information for you. Here's the review. Hello, Skip. Yes, sir. Since you have been here to help, I have been able to navigate to my loan details easily, and thank you very much! Exclamation points. I'm not done yet. I will be requesting a passport license renewal reminder and more information on loans and grants. We do a lot of these services on Skip. I'm disabled, not on Social Security or disability, overwhelmed with joy and happiness. Thank you again. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for leaving this review earlier this month. And to all of you who've taken a few seconds out of your day to leave us reviews there, thank you. Okay, so I heard back from one of our SBA contacts this morning. This person is a loan officer, and if you've been approved, maybe they were the one that approved you. So they're one of the loan officers pushing this massive effort to approve loans, loan increases, and reconsiderations. Okay, two good pieces of information today. Number one, EIDL 2.0, we are still waiting. Even internally, they do not know when there will be a formal announcement. Again, we expected August 16th. I surmised in yesterday's video that perhaps because of the reconsideration backlog, the SBA has decided to wait a little bit to catch up on things. They're still waiting for tax transcripts, but that's where the good news is today. Anyway, over the weekend, I put up this mock-up. This is for illustrational purposes only, that when EIDL 2.0 is approved, again, this won't be relevant for the majority of you, but for a certain segment of you, back to accessing cheap capital, you may want to consider increasing your amount from $500,000 to more. The portal will probably look like this with a request more funds button. Then there'll be a slider like last time where you can toggle to choose how much do you want. And like last time too, you'd then confirm, submit for processing, then you would be in the waiting game. Now, this is very important to think before you sign these closing documents. And this is true for any loan, whether it's through the EIDL, through a private lender. We have a couple partners I talked about in yesterday's video. I highly recommend watching that video because let's say you have the $500,000 EIDL loan and you decide to go up to $1 million loan, if that's even an option for you. Most of you it's not, but for hypothetical purposes, let's say you decided to take $1 million loan. Sure, it sounds great, 3.75% interest over 30 years. However, that daily interest accruing from the moment you sign that closing documents would be around $150 per day. Okay, so even though you financed it over 30 years, you're talking about a lot of money, and you may not need that capital right away. So that's why I talked about the benefits of lines of credits where you can draw on available funds when you need them, and you only get charged interest when you actually draw on the fund. So for these EIDL loans, that money is sitting in your bank account and interest is accruing every single day. And it's significant. $150 a day in interest, that can be one employee you bringing on to help you. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about how to evaluate capital for your business now. The links to our two partners, Bluevine and Funding Circle, are right in the description below. It is worth checking out those options, and we have more options on our app. We went over pros and cons in a blog post yesterday. EIDL loans versus term business loans versus lines of credit and things to consider. They all have pros and cons, and EIDL loans are not forgivable, okay? So that's a key difference. So we still get this question asked a lot in the comments. Will EIDL loans be forgivable? The answer is no. Okay, here's the good news, and it's also the number one reason why people are still waiting for EIDL approvals. It has to do with the IRS getting tax transcripts to the SBA, okay? So if you are waiting for an initial approval, which according to our latest poll, 25% of you are, it's probably because the SBA has not received a valid tax transcript. Today I heard from our SBA contact that they received 4,000 new tax transcripts from the IRS. So if you had a borrower error on your original increase request and there was some problem with your tax transcripts, this news today is good news for you, because maybe your tax transcript is one of those 4,000 that was sent over to the SBA. Now loan officers can do their final reviews and say yay or nay to your EIDL loan increase request. If you're in reconsideration, most of you are still waiting, but if you have been approved in reconsideration, I'd love to hear in the comments today. It's encouraging for everyone else. You know, our last poll shows that 50% of people have been denied and or are trying reconsideration. That's a massive amount of people going through reconsideration. So if you have positive news to share on reconsideration, drop it in the comments. So if you're watching this and you're in that bucket, scan the comments as well to look for some encouraging news. And in tomorrow's video, I will pull out some of those stories. Finally, with the SBA redirects issue, we know that's a major issue that's been going on for, I think, nearly 2 months. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you change your IP address, the error persists, but it is worth trying. If you haven't tried a different IP address, give it a shot to see if you can log in. If that situation is affecting you and you've solved it, drop it in the comments. I'll also address more of that tomorrow. As we wrap, we just put up a new poll. If you want to see it, be sure to hit subscribe, then it will show up in your feed. We do polls at least once a week on important topics for you. This is a big one because it relates to the low interest rates, decisions that the Fed Chair Jerome Powell will have to make. He is keeping an eye on the unemployment rate. When he thinks that it is back to a normalized level, then the Fed may decide they can change these easy money policies. So there's this disconnect now between the unemployment rate that's being reported on every single week and the amount of people who say they're still looking for employees, people to work for them. We know there's a gap there, and part of this has to do with the benefits that have been available. People have had the unemployment boost because of the pandemic. People haven't wanted to go back to work. We put up this poll. Are you currently looking to hire more folks or looking for additional help for your business? So far, and we just put this up a few minutes ago, 25% of you say you're currently hiring, 75% of you say you're not currently hiring. Chime in on that poll because it is very important. Again, it relates to interest rates and what type of funding will be available to you at what terms. If it's perceived that the unemployment problem is solved, the Fed may decide to scale back on these easy money policies and some of those bond rates. But that's today's quick update. So 4,000 new tax transcripts have made it to SBA loan officers today. I hope if you are still waiting, one of those tax transcripts is yours. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. And of course, if you have 30 seconds today to leave us a review on Trustpilot, Google Play, or the App Store, those links are right at the top of the description. We so appreciate it, and I'll be giving shout outs to people who leave us a review there in the coming days and weeks. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.